First was the Golden Age. Then rectitude, spontaneous in the heart, prevailed, and faith. Avengers were not seen, for laws unframed were all unknown and needless. Punishment and fear of penalties existed not. No harsh decrees were fixed on brazen plates. No suppliant multitude the countenance of justice feared, averting, for they dwelt without a judge in peace. Descended not the steeps, shorn from its height, the lofty pine, cleaving the trackless waves of alien shores, nor distant realms were known to wandering men. The towns were not entrenched for time of war. They had no brazen trumpets, straight nor horns of curving brass, nor helmets, shields nor swords. There was no thought of martial pomp. Secure, a happy multitude enjoyed repose. Then of her own accord the earth produced a store of every fruit. The harrow touched her not, nor did the ploughshare wound her fields. And man, content with given food, and none compelling, gathered of butte fruits and wild strawberries on the mountain-sides, and ripe blackberries clinging to the bush, and corners, and sweet acorns on the ground, down fallen from the spreading tree of Jove. Eternal spring. Soft-breathing zephyrs soothed and warmly cherished buds and blooms, produced without a seed. The valleys, though unploughed, gave many fruits. The fields, though not renewed, white glistened with the heavy-bearded wheat. Rivers flowed milk and nectar, and the trees, the very oak trees, then gave honey of themselves. When Saturn had been banished into night, and all the world was ruled by Jove supreme, the Silver Age, though not so good as gold, but still surpassing yellow brass, prevailed. Jove first reduced to years the primal spring, by him divided into periods 4, unequal, summer, autumn, winter, spring. Then glowed with tawny heat the parched air, or pendant icicles in winter froze, and man stopped crouching in crude caverns, while he built his homes of tree rods, bark entwined. Then were the cereals planted in long rows, and bullocks groaned beneath the heavy yoke. The third age followed, called the Age of Bronze, when cruel people were inclined to arms, but not to impious crimes. And last of all, the ruthless and hard age of iron prevailed, from which malignant vein great evil sprung, and modesty and faith and truth took flight, and in their stead deceits and snares and frauds and violence and wicked love of gain succeeded. Then the sailor spread his sails to winds unknown, and keels that long had stood on lofty mountains pierced uncharted waves. Surveyors anxious marked with meaties and bounds the lands, created free as light and air, nor need the rich ground furnish only crops, and give due nourishment by right required. They penetrated to the bowels of earth and dug up wealth, bad cause of all our ills, rich ores which long ago the earth had hid and deep removed to gloomy Stygian caves, and soon destructive iron and harmful gold were brought to light, and war, which uses both, came forth and shook with sanguinary grip his clashing arms. Rapacity broke forth. The guest was not protected from his host, the father-in-law from his own son-in-law. Even brothers seldom could abide in peace. The husband threatened to destroy his wife, and she her husband. Horrid stepdames mixed the deadly henbane. Eager sons inquired their fathers' ages. Piety was slain, and last of all the virgin deity, Astrea vanished from the blood-stained earth.